Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a while on here. I have been super busy with work and other things. I don't always have time for YouTube. But guys, today I'm just bringing you a Roaring Kitty update video, just talking about some news and looking at the overall market. So guys, before I get into it, just know none of what I'm saying is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your money, but I don't mind talking about what I'm doing with mine. Roaring Kitty CTO does not pay me to talk about their project, but since it is a CTO, it is community owned and ran, and this is just what you do when you're a community member. You talk about your community. So I do hold Roar, and I talk about it because I'm a Roar believer, and I believe this project has the potential for 50 cents easy. I actually thought lately the 2 million roar that I plan to hold long term, initially I was going to hold to like 50 cents, but I might hold to a higher price now. Just with everything going on with Shibarium and how Roar has positioned itself to be a top asset on the chain, um, things could be really exciting really soon. But we'll see. Let's get into it. So, looking at Bitcoin real quick, Bitcoin is having a heck of a day today. Like, look at that candle up to 102,000. And really, looking at the chart, I mean, you got some resistance around like 104, but once it breaks this and moves, like, it should be testing all time highs. The Fed had its meeting this week, and they didn't give any signals about going into QE, which is quantitative easing. But I believe the market was expecting this. We do have bullish Bitcoin news within the United States as U.S. states are passing laws that allow their governments to hold Bitcoin. I think New Hampshire actually passed a bill to hold seized Bitcoin. Arizona's doing some Bitcoin stuff too. But I mean, I can't tell you why Bitcoin's doing what it's doing. It almost seems backwards with the conflict going on with India and Pakistan right now. I would have assumed the Fed hinting at QE or a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine or the end of the U.S. China trade standoff. I would think that it would have needed some sort of macroeconomic catalyst like that to send Bitcoin. But of course, I'm wrong. But guys, I will gladly be wrong because Bitcoin moving up moves the whole market up as well. Ethereum is also looking really good. Let's look at ETH real quick. ETH US dollar on Coinbase. ETH right now is just over $2,000. All time high is like just over 4,000. So, or was it higher? It's for some reason I was thinking it's like 4,800, but maybe I'm thinking of something else right now. You had $4,100. Guys, this is great. Another big green candle for ETH. Ethereum had their Pectra upgrade go live this week, and that's like a whole jumbled bag of smart contracts, enterprise grade staking, layer 2 performance boost. So, I would think ETH is pretty happy right now, or at least so it seems. The whole market seems to be pretty happy. You go on CryptoX, everyone's tweeting, "We're so back." If I had $1 for every time that I saw a tweet like that today, I would buy a lot of Roar. So going into Roar, nice segue there. Roar also having a little green candle up 12% on the 24 hours. Roar is also a top gainer in the Shibarium ecosystem right now, up 17%. They actually changed that. It was second, but now I guess it's third. Also, Wall Street Bets themed coins up 17%, second best gainer on CoinGecko right here. Also, Roaring Kitty news. So as of April 29th, Zipto app, a crypto app, you can buy Roar on Zipto. Zipto's integrated Shibarium, and they listed some Shibarium assets, Roaring Kitty CTO being one of those assets. That is big news because, guys, the kind of exposure Roar is getting just for being on Shibarium early could really help this asset in the long run, and I'm really excited to see everything that is happening for Roar and the kind of mega candles that this asset might be making here in the next 2 months or so. Oh, it's going to be an exciting summer, guys. Also, Roar had just crossed 100 NFTs minted on OpenSea. This month, they are actually doing a sweepstakes where if you mint an NFT, it will put you into a drawing to win some KN Bone, some Roar, and some Bone. I believe these are the rewards that they get for being on Shibarium. Don't quote me on that. It's what they get for. I'm pretty sure it's what they get for being on Shibarium. What the marketing wallet gets, they'll just send them to one lucky winner. But this is cool. So this is like 10% of the NFTs minted. When you mint a Roaring Kitty NFT, the proceeds are used to buy Roar and Bone, and they're added to Shibarium LP, which is really a good thing because you buy Roar and you lock it away in the LP. It actually raises the floor price of Roar because you're taking all that Roar from the open market. Since Roar has a renounced contract, you can't mint any more Roar. It all ties into the whole community own and ran thing. The community is raising funds to buy Roar to raise the price floor of this asset. Really awesome CTO stuff. Roaring Kitty is just winning, and we are not getting tired of winning. So, other big news right now, GME. Let's see if we were to just check out what X is saying about GME. It's at $26 right now, $26.70 I mean, and really great analytics here. So Golden Cross is forming on the chart according to this guy, May 12th through June 9th. GME could be getting pretty exciting, and we know if you guys follow this channel, or maybe you're new to this channel, Roaring Kitty has a history of following GameStop. I mean, last May, Roar had this nice little run up here, and this was when GameStop was looking really spicy, and there was a lot of action. People were talking about GameStop. Roaring Kitty being a GameStop themed asset went from like a $30,000 market cap to over 4 million, and then it became a CTO in here, and then all this area in here. GameStop was also looking super bullish, pushing $30 around this time in here. So if you happen to just come across this video because you're researching Roaring Kitty, I will leave a link in the description for a video entitled "A Case on Roar Revised." Or A Case for Roar Revised. It's a video that I posted about my thesis about this asset and why I think it'll do well. One of the reasons is because the chart seems to follow GameStop. When GameStop is bullish and in the media, this asset pumps with GameStop. So this is really, really cool. Also, I know there are some posts in here about Bitcoin. Now that Bitcoin is back to 100,000, if Ryan Cohen and GME announce that they bought it much lower, we're going to see something greater than January 21st, according to Reese Politics. I semi trust this guy. Like, I follow him, so like I see his stuff all the time. He's good content. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. Hopefully Ryan Cohen bought Bitcoin on that April 2025 dip. Would be a nice 35% bump in value already. And if GME announces it bought Bitcoin, would easily be pushing towards all-time high. MOAS in 2025. MOAS is mother of all short squeezes, referring to what had happened to GameStop back in 2021. Yeah. GameStop's looking really good. Also, Keith Gill had come back and started posting in May of last year. So if Keith Gill comes back and starts posting again, Roar is going to be in a good spot to capitalize on that. Because another thing that I mentioned in that Case for Roar video is that every time Keith Gill posts Roaring Kitty, this asset here, this asset will spike. If we go look at Kitty on Solana, I know this isn't a very nice chart. This chart is totally wrecked. But this, similar narrative to Roaring Kitty on ETH and Shibarium, the asset I always talk about. This asset did, let's see, get this on here. What was it? $43 million in volume when Keith Gill had come back. Look at that huge spike. Now this was just a huge dump. So went up, dumped, went up again, dumped. and hasn't had a lot of life in it very since. I'm not re-recording this. It's been a long day. Hasn't had a lot of life in it since. But guys, this is a rec chart. If investors come to look at GME themed meme coins, good investors aren't going to invest in this. But if Roar captures the volume that this asset did back in May, like if Keith Gill comes back and he starts posting, I think Roar might capture some of this, because if you look at Roar's chart, back in here, Roar was not a CTO at this point. Roar did not have any socials. There was no website. There was no community. It pretty much looked like a scam token. So Kitty got a lot of volume, but now that Kitty has a wrecked chart, there's no community around it. Roar has everything in place, a much better looking chart, way better looking chart. We are going to see a lot of big green candles on Roar. And if you watch this channel, one of my prior videos, I actually broke down the math of how much volume moves price on Kitty versus Roar. And if Roar sees the volume that Kitty did, like you're looking at a Roaring Kitty price. When I did the math, it was over $1. And right now, Roar is like 0.003, so it's not even a penny. The amount of just wealth that this project could give you, I'm not saying it's going to, and it's not financial advice, but this makes me so excited. And I'm so happy I have the position that I have, because guys, this is really good. I'm really, really excited. But guys, we're going to end out. We're just going to look at Bone real quick, because, Roaring Kitty community, we love Bone. Bone, the gas token for Shibarium. Bone's up to 35 cents. Again, experiencing a nice green candle like, every other asset in the market today. But that's quite a bit move up. You can see that we got a lot of resistance here around 35 cents. But, if we can get above 50 cents, Bone will move up real fast, real quick. I'd seen some posts on X about the wallets that hold Bone. If these posts are true, like around 90% of the people that hold Bone are not selling Bone. So like you have like less than 10% of the holders are actually making the sell pressure for this asset. And the contracts were announced. As people come onto Shibarium, they're going to be buying Bone so they can build on the blockchain, so they can have it for liquidity and transactions and other things. So, guys, Bone, it won't take much for Bone to send. I don't think it'll take much for Bone to send. Like, people talk about Bone on Binance. Binance listing could put Bone at like $7 or $8. I see it all the time. But guys, there are a lot of other large exchanges that don't have Bone yet. Coinbase doesn't have Bone yet. I don't think Kraken has Bone yet. But if some of these larger top tier exchanges list a Bone and integrate Shibarium, you're going to break these levels of resistance real fast, real quick, and you're going to be wishing you bought Bone. I had been telling my coworkers, like, back around here, I was telling them about Bone, because, I can tell them about Roar, and I do tell them about Roar, but to get Roar, you have to, it can be pretty complicated doing things within wallets if you haven't been in crypto that long. But Bone is so easy to get. You can get Bone on Crypto.com. You can get it on Uphold. You just make an account with an exchange and buy it. And it's so easy to just buy and hold. But they haven't done it. And I really think that they're going to hate me because Bone's going to do really well. And I'm going to do really well. And they're going to wish that they had listened to me and bought Bone. But maybe they won't hate me. If I make as much money as I think I'm going to make, I won't be having a day job anymore anyways. So, guys, at that, go check out Satoshi has a podcast out. This is the 36 Chambers of Tech. But I think it's titled Shy Speaks Shib. I will find that and leave it in the description. Dapp Store on Shibarium now, really cool. The Satoshi Kusama podcast talking about a lot of cool Shibarium stuff. Really, really awesome to listen to. So, guys, If you haven't checked it out, check it out. And I'm going to leave you with that. So, Roar, looking good. I'm excited. Roar and Kitty community is excited. Roar to $1, baby. I'm cheering for Roar. I am cheering for Roar. I'm excited for Roar. I'm glad I'm here. Guys, leave a comment down below if you are holding Roar, or maybe if you found this video because you're researching Roar. Let me know. I'm sorry if I misspoke. It's been a long day, a long week, and I just had to make a video. I haven't made one in forever. But guys, take care. I hope you're well. I hope you're blessed. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.